as a defense, as a more better offensive team, our defense is just coming together real well, and we're just learning new things from Steven and all the other coaches.
Were you surprised by VP's retirement? I mean, how did you sort of handle it?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised, but as long as DP's been doing this, eventually, he was going to hang it up, and luckily we got SP as the head coach to come pick up for him, and looking forward to that as well.
How would you describe Steven as a head coach?
Awesome, man. Great guy. Just always ready to work. The energy, he brings it every day, and him bringing energy, practice every day, picks us up, so we're always ready to go.
I know you're talking about making the jump from where you were to the SEC. I know you hadn't played the game yet, but you can kind of just look around and be like, all right, I've made my way up here. Are you excited to kind of get it going here at this level?
Yeah, all the time, man. I'm always excited. Looking forward to playing here. It's almost like a dream because this is the highest level of basketball, So, but I try to keep myself level-headed and just always be in the gym and always ready to work.
Kind of looking ahead to next week's exhibition, what's kind of your expectations for your Auburn debut?
Just ready to work, show everybody what we've been in the gym working on, because we're a whole new team. Everybody's new, so we just been looking forward to playing someone new.
What have you heard about the atmosphere in Neville and how excited are you to play there?
Very excited, man. Just heard about the jungle and how loud it gets, and looking forward to putting on for all the fans that come support us.
All right, appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
Steven, he's full of energy. He's somebody that brings it every day. He's somebody that you can really count on. He's reliable. He's somebody that pushes us. He's somebody that gets the most out of his staff and his players, and he holds us accountable. He holds us to a high standard. And he's somebody that is a great role model, not only as a basketball, as somebody that's a coach, but somebody that's a person. He's somebody that really cares about his players, really cares about his people, and he's just an amazing guy. So I'm glad Steven's our head coach, and I wouldn't want to play for anybody else.
You and Elyjah and KO competing off ball, obviously y'all are all going to play, but what's this offseason been like, preseason been like, competing with one another, trying to make each other better?
It's been really good. It's been really fun. Elyjah and KO are really good basketball players, so they push me to get better. They push me offensively, they push me defensively. KO's a very good defender, so he's guarding me, he's being physical with me, helping me get better on things that I need to get better at, and I can just, we build that bond and we build that relationship to where we all know it's all love, even if we're competitive, even if we're talking smack to one another, we all know it's all love because we build that relationship and we build that bond over the 5 months we've been here. So.
For those who haven't got to see him yet, how athletic is Elyjah? How impressive is what someone like he can do?
Yeah, Elyjah, he's a freak athlete. He's probably the most athletic guy overall, versatile, most versatile athlete on our team. He's probably one of the fastest on our team. He's 6'8". He jumps the highest on our team outside of Tahad, so he's a freak athlete, and he's definitely going to surprise a lot of people on the court this year for sure.
Where do you feel like you're at development-wise? I know when you first got here, you didn't get on the court, you missed a little bit of time. Where do you feel like you're at in terms of strength, weight, understanding what to do, offense, defense?
Yeah, I feel like mentally, I'm all ready. I feel like mentally, I feel like I have a good feel for the game. So I have a good understanding of what is happening offensively, what's happening defensively. I feel like physically, I'm improving, I'm getting better, I'm getting stronger. I missed 8 weeks in the summer, so I was out with a back injury, but just getting back in the groove of things, I feel like I'm getting better physically. I feel like I'm being able to defend better. I feel like I'm being able to take bumps better, take contact better, and it's just steadily improving every single day. So I feel like I'm almost there physically, but mentally I feel like.
When people talk about you as a three-point shooter, they've had some good ones here.
Yeah.
Miles, Bryce Brown, guys like that. I've heard some comparisons to those guys when it comes to shooting. What does that mean to you, I guess, and what's the pride that you take in hopefully kind of lead to a three-point shooter?
I feel like it's just very humbling, because those are guys that have really gained the respect from not only the Auburn fans but the whole entire world, and known as three-point shooters. That Miles is going to do that at the next level. Bryce Brown does it at the next level. So just being compared to those type of shooters, I feel like it just it just brings me a lot of peace. Being compared to those guys, because those are guys that are well respected in basketball. Bryce Brown broke records shooting threes. So hopefully I'm as good a shooter as some of those guys, but I just try to work on my craft, try to get better at shooting every single day, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in. And I feel like shooting just comes, very natural to me. So I've always been able to shoot basketball, but those are guys that, it's pretty high standard. So, hopefully I can meet them or exceed them.
This offense is super fast, takes a lot of shots.
Yeah.
You did a ton of that in JUCO. Your team kind of played that way as well.
Yeah.
How good is this offense for you? It's kind of your game and your style.
Yeah, I feel like offensively I fit right in. I feel like I meshed really well with what the game plan is offensively. I feel like Coach Burgermaster has the best offensive mind in basketball. He knows what he's doing. He knows the plays. He knows better sets than anybody in the country, and he just gets us open looks. And I feel like when we run our offense and we're flowing and we're moving, I feel like it's just very easy. And we get up and down, we shoot a lot of threes, we get the first open look, they want us taking it. So I feel like I'm very comfortable with that, and it's something that I've been doing for a while. So
good. All right. How much pride do you take on that end of the floor? It looks like this team really needs, with all the newness, a leader on that defensive end.
Yeah, I think that's just something that through my college career I've just grown to love, and like you said, just take accountability in. I think especially with this team being so young, just having a few guys I think that are older that just kind of understand playing play for play on defense, understanding the details that it takes to be good on defense, I think it's huge. But with this team, just giving everything I got, that's just what I'm trying to do defensively.
What does it mean to you when you hear so Steven talked about you as one of the guys that's a vocal leader, in addition to high point back, but he mentioned you. What does that mean to you? What do you think your role is as a more experienced guy that's played some big time basketball, being a leader with these guys?
I think now and growing into what I think I can be is just being more positive, being a positive leader, not really letting what happens affect me. But I think, just to what he said, just being a guy that's vocal. I show up every day. I feel like I'm just somebody what you're going to get from me every day. So I just think that's something that they can lean on.
Since y'all have arrived on campus, how much have you seen the chemistry of this team grow?
I think over the past 2.5 weeks, it's been tremendous to see, because I feel like maybe 3 weeks ago, we all were kind of like, man, what does it look like? DP retiring, a lot of crazy stuff going on. But I think as a team, we really came together the last 2 weeks, and it's shown. I think we're coming together. We're able to reflect back on the day after it happened. So I think that's when your team is getting to where it needs to be. For sure.
How would you describe Steven as a head coach?
He's good. I think obviously it's his first couple weeks, so you can't really critique him on anything as a player. We accept him, we all work together, but he's been tremendous for us. He's been with us the entire summer. We got to see what it looks like, him being basically our head coach. This has been good for us.
Go ahead, Jay.
You play some competitive basketball in the Big 12. What kind of made you want to transfer over here to the SEC?
I would say just being able offensively to showcase my game, and honestly for it to matter for my long-term career, being able to play on a platform where I know it'll matter to the world and to the NBA scouts or whoever's recruiting me to my future. I think it'll be huge for me, for sure.
How do you feel like the defense is team-wide? Like how y'all come along with these last few weeks? I know that's something Steven's been talking about a lot.
Yeah, man. I think the attention to detail factor is becoming huge for us. Like, guys are starting to understand that we have to pay attention to the detail. That's the only way we're going to be able to get through. We know we're big enough, strong enough, fast enough, but can you pay attention to the details? That's the only way that we're going to be able to win games. So I think that's what we're focusing on here lately.
Anything else for Kev?
Yeah, just you and Abdul and Elyjah playing all ball roles, competing with one another, but also trying to make one another better. Just how's that been? Competing here in the preseason with them and knowing that the team's going to rely on all you guys this season.
Yeah, I think you'll get something different from each of us. I think obviously we have Abdul, crazy shooter, just crazy player for real. Just getting him back healthy, I think, would be the finishing touches to our wing look, and then you got me and Elyjah Freeman. I think everybody will be excited to watch us play. So yeah, it's been fun for sure.
How much pride do you take in being a versatile player?
I take a lot of pride in it, just because I like to consider myself a guy who loves to win, and being that type of versatile player means I'm not only limited to one role, but it allows others to succeed in their primary roles, and I just can help support them, support myself, and if that leads to winning, then we pretty much it.
Talk to us about your preseason jump as a three-point shooter. Steven was talking about how your numbers have gone way up. Just what went into that? How much work did you have to put in there?
I mean, it took a lot of work. Obviously, during the summer, I was not shooting the ball the best. And SP talked about me not losing confidence and not taking the shots anymore. But honestly, I did lose a little bit of confidence. I can't lie. But I'm really thankful to IB, Marquise, RGA, Jack Stone, J5. I mean, they've all been in here working with me. The managers, anytime I need them, they're always ready, to come to work because they knew that's obviously something I wanted to improve upon coming here, and they obviously believed in me enough to stay in the gym with me. Rebound all my bad misses, all my good shots, and it's just been kind of one of those things. It kind of came together, and I've just been looking ahead ever since.
Do you feel like coming in, you have the ability to kind of? I think some people on the outside are surprised. You've been talked about as much. Do you think you could have come in right away and impact the team like you could?
I honestly had that faith in myself. I thought I was a day one contributor. Not only just from what the coaches have said, but just my personal belief. I think when you come to a new team, especially when it's with 10 new guys, obviously you want to be a contributor, and I was just going to say, it's kind of one of those things I just always have to believe.
Your mom was Conference Player of the Year in college. How much have you learned from basketball about her? Just telling you how to shoot?
Yeah. Honestly, I've been in the gym with my mom ever since growing up. Obviously, having somebody that went to the highest level at North Carolina and then transferred back home, just kind of talking to her, being a soundboard, or she being a soundboard for me, and we just talk about basketball things. Sometimes it gets a little too much. I tell her I need a mom answer, not a former basketball player answer, but she's just been one of those people who tells me to keep my head down. When she came to a team, she was All-American in high school, and she went to North Carolina, didn't play her first 3 games. So she has personally dealt with the type of freshman jump that I have gone through and will continue to go through. So she's just always been there, always talking to me, just kind of trying to keep my head level, not letting it get too high, not letting it get too low if I have bad practice or something like that.
You and Key playing that same 4 spot. What have you learned from this guy who's played so much college basketball?
Obviously, just his physicality. We talk about when he drives from lanes like a bowling ball. Like it's either you get out of the way or you foul him, and he goes to the free throw line. So, kind of just learning offensively things like that from him, and then he just as a leader, he has definitely stepped up and has been one of our more vocal guys. He's always getting the team together. Even if his team they go up and then we go on like a 4-0 run or something like that, he's kind of the guy who gets everybody back together. Like, all right, guys, calm down. One stop, we got this. So just learning certain things like that from him has also been really important to me.